Buongiorno! Picture this. The scent of a fresh-baked pizza wafting through the air, the sound of lively Italian chatter echoing through narrow streets, and the sight of colorful lingerie swaying between balconies like festive banners. Welcome to Napoli, where history, chaos, and pure magic collide. If you think Italy is just Roman Venice, buckle up because Napoli is about to steal your heart. Welcome to Lulomino Diaries, where every corner of the globe has a story to be told and food to be shared. Today, we're in Napoli, the beating heart of southern Italy. So grab a gelato, sit back, and let's explore the city like a true Napolitanos. Napoli is the kind of city that does not just whisper its history, it shouts it from the rooftops. This is where ancient ruins, chaotic streets, and mind-blowing food come together in a symphony of life. Every street feels like a movie scene, with lingerie swaying between balconies, scooters zipping past at lightning speed, and the scent of fresh espresso filling the air. Did you know that Napoli is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world? It's been around for over 2,800 years, meaning it has seen everything from Greek settlers and Roman emperors to Spanish kings and modern-day Vespa racers squeezing through impossible traffic. Basically, Napoli has more history in one street than some countries have in their entire existence. Napoli is the birthplace of pizza, but that's just the beginning. The city is also known for its colorful markets, vibrant street art, and stunning views of Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that famously buried Pompeii in 79 AD. And speaking of Vesuvius, don't be surprised if you hear locals talk about it like an old friend. It's been part of their lives for centuries. But Napoli isn't just about history and food. It has a wild energy, an unfiltered charm that makes it feel alive in a way few other cities do. The people? Passionate, warm, and always ready to chat, even if you don't speak Italian. Can you imagine? And if you ever feel like a ghost is following you, don't panic. It's just the city's rich folklore keeping things interesting. Napoli is full of legends, from cursed castles to haunted tunnels beneath the streets. If you love a good mystery, the city is a goldmine of spooky stories. One thing's for sure, Napoli does not try to impress you, it just exists, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Now let's talk about the real MVP of Napoli. Pizza. If there's one thing Napoli takes seriously, it's this iconic dish. The legendary Margherita pizza was created here in 1889 for Queen Margherita of Savoy when she visited Napoli. The story goes that a local pizza maker named Raffaello Esposito wanted to impress the queen. So he created a pizza using simple, fresh ingredients that represented the colors of the Italian flag: red for tomatoes, white mozzarella, and a green basil. And just like that, the most famous pizza in the world was born. But what makes Napolitan pizza truly special is the mozzarella. And not just any mozzarella. Here they use mozzarella di bufalo, made from watered buffalo milk, which gives it an incredibly creamy texture and a slightly tangy, rich flavor that you won't find in regular cow's milk mozzarella. This cheese melts beautifully, creating that perfect gooey stretch with every bite. Combine that with San Marzano tomatoes grown in the volcanic soil near Mount Vesuvius, and you've got the ultimate pizza experience. But Napoli's history does not stop at pizza. The city was once a major hub of the Roman Empire, and you can still see its ancient past hidden beneath modern streets. Beneath Napoli lies a huge underground city made of tunnels, catacombs, and even an old Roman theater where Emperor Nero once performed. Some parts of the city sit on top of ancient Greek and Roman ruins, which means that if you dig too deep, you might just find a piece of history. Speaking of history, Napoli has seen it all. Greek settlers, as I said, Roman rulers, Spanish kings, and even pirates. Yes, pirates. Back in the day, Napoli had to defend itself from attacks coming from the sea, which is why you'll find old castles like Castel di Nuovo and Castel Nuovo, standing guard along the coastline. Napoli is also home to one of the most mysterious legends in Italy, the story of San Gennaro's blood. San Gennaro, the city's patron saint, was executed in the 4th century, and his dried blood is kept in a sealed glass vial inside the Napoli cathedral. 3 times a year, locals gather to see if the blood miraculously liquefies, which they believe is a sign of good fortune for the city. If it does not, well, let's just say Neapolitans get very nervous. So whether it's pizza, ancient ruins, underground secrets, or miracles, Napoli is a city bursting with stories, just waiting to be discovered. And trust us, we're just getting started. Napoli is not the kind of city that gently welcomes you. It grabs you by the hand and throws you into the action. As we wandered toward the waterfront, we arrived at Castel Nuovo, a grand medieval fortress that looks like it jumped straight out of a fantasy novel. Built in the 13th century, this castle has seen it all: kings, invasions, and even ghosts. Or so the legends say. With its massive stone walls and towering turrets, it's one of the most striking landmarks in Napoli. Just when we thought we had seen it all, we stumbled upon something unexpected. Venus of the Rags. This unique art installation stands boldly against the backdrop of history. Created by Italian artist Michelangelo Pistoletto, it features a classical statue of Venus, the goddess of love, leaning against a giant pile of colorful, discarded clothes. It's a powerful symbol of the contrast between beauty and chaos, wealth and waste. As we admired the artwork, a kind photographer offered to take our picture, capturing a moment that perfectly summed up our Napoli experience: unexpected, artistic, and full of surprises. The city truly has a way of blending the old with the new in the most fascinating ways. Next stop, Galleria Umberto, Napoli's answer to Milan's glamorous shopping arcade, but with a laid-back southern Italian twist. The moment you step inside, you're greeted by a breathtaking glass dome that lets natural light pour in, illuminating the grand architecture around you. Built in the late 1800s, the Galleria is a masterpiece of iron, glass, and marble, featuring stunning mosaic on the floor and elegant archways that make you feel like you've walked into a movie scene. It was originally designed as a shopping center for the elite, but today it's a mix of high-end stores, charming cafes, and hidden gems waiting to be discovered. We took our time strolling through, admiring the intricate details and pretending to be fancy for Instagram. Because let's be honest, this place is made for aesthetic photos. Even if you're not into shopping, it's worth a visit just to soak in the atmosphere and maybe grab an espresso at one of the historic coffee bars. Next up, one of the most unforgettable food experiences of our trip, Pizza Fritta. If you think regular pizza is life-changing, wait until you try this deep-fried masterpiece. We made our way to Antica Pizza Fritta, a tiny yet legendary spot where the air was thick with the sizzling sound of dough hitting hot oil. The place was absolutely packed. Locals, tourists, and pizza lovers, of course, from all over the world, crammed into this little corner of Napoli, eagerly waiting for their turn. It was hot, loud, chaotic, and absolutely perfect. While standing in line, something unexpected happened. 2 lovely ladies, one from Morocco and one from Egypt, walked up to me with warm smiles and handed me a red rose. It was such a sweet and spontaneous gesture that added a little extra magic to the moment. Napoli is full of surprises, and its people have a way of making you feel like you belong. Finally, our turn came, and Milo ordered us 2 legendary fried pizzas. One classic and one with extra cheese, because when in Napoli, why not go all in? If you've never had pizza fritta, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a golden, crispy bucket of deep-fried dough, stuffed with gooey buffalo mozzarella, tangy tomato sauce, savory ricotta, and a pinch of black pepper. As you take the first bite, the crunch gives way to the most buttery, melty, cheesy explosion. It's the kind of food that makes you close your eyes and forget everything else exists. Fun fact, Pizza Fritta was born out of necessity after World War II, when times were tough and traditional pizza was too expensive for many. Instead of using wood-fired ovens, people found a genius way to still enjoy their favorite dish by deep frying the dough instead of baking it. The result? A cheaper, faster, and equally delicious alternative that has become a beloved staple of Neapolitan street food. Honestly, after that first bite, we had a serious moment of existential crisis. Should we stay in the UK or just move to Napoli? It was that good. After devouring what was essentially a love letter wrapped in fried dough, we needed something cool, sweet, and refreshing. So of course, gelato time! Napoli takes its gelato seriously, and we decided to stop by one of the best, Gelato Manella. This place is known for its super creamy texture and natural ingredients. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. The flavors? Absolutely divine. They had all the classics, rich chocolate, fresh strawberry, and velvety vanilla, but also local specialties like pistachio from Sicily, Amalfi lemon, and hazelnut from Piedmont. We went for pistachio and vanilla. The first taste, pure bliss. Unlike regular ice cream, Italian gelato has less air and more flavor, making it richer and silkier. Did you know that gelato has 70% less fat than regular ice cream? That means you can eat double the amount guilt-free. At least that's what we told ourselves. Let's talk about one of the most vibrant, authentic, and historic parts of Napoli, the Spanish Quarter, Quartiere Spagnole. Once known for its rough reputation, today it's a symbol of resilience, culture, and pure Napolitan spirit. Originally built in the 16th century to house Spanish soldiers, this neighborhood has always had a rebellious streak. It was once considered one of the most dangerous areas in Napoli. But times have changed, and now it's a must-visit for anyone wanting to experience the real heart of the city. One man who helped to change its reputation forever, Diego Maradona, when he led Napoli to football glory in the late 1980s. He became more than just a player. He became a legend, a saint, and a symbol of hope. Walk through the Spanish Quarter today and you'll see his face painted on walls, hanging from balconies, and even printed on candles. Football in Napoli isn't just a game, it's a religion. The Spanish Quarter is a sensory overload in the best way possible. The streets are narrow and packed, scooters weave through like they have a secret GPS system, and every corner is alive with music, laughter, and the clinking of espresso cups. Locals sit outside their homes, chatting loudly, while colorful lingerie sways between balconies, adding even more character to the already charming streets. Oh, and the food? Unreal. The best trattorias, small family-run restaurants are tucked away here, serving dishes just like Nonna, grandma, used to make. Whether it's a plate of pasta alla Genovese, a rich slow-cooked onion and beef sauce, or a simple but perfect Margherita pizza, you'll taste centuries of tradition in every bite. After all the walking and eating, of course, it was time for a classic Napolitan pick-me-up, espresso. Napoli is famous for its bold, strong, no-nonsense coffee. Here, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a ritual, a social experience, a moment of pure pleasure. We stopped at a tiny cafe where the barista was pulling shots like an artist at work. One sip and whoa, this wasn't just coffee, it was an electric shock to the soul, a wake-up call from the gods and caffeine. Napolitans take their coffee seriously. There's a special technique to making it. The water is heated slowly, the grind is extra fine, and the coffee is served piping hot in tiny cups. And let's not forget the tradition of coffee espresso, suspended coffee, where customers pay for an extra coffee in advance for someone in need. It's a beautiful act of kindness that shows the generosity of the city. Did you know that Napoli is home to some of the oldest coffee houses in Italy? Places like a Grand Cafe Gambrinos have been serving espresso since 1800. The best visitors including Oscar Wilde, Ernest Hemingway, and even royalty. kind of city that gets under your skin and stays in your heart forever. It's chaotic but charming, gritty yet breathtaking. The people passionate, loud and full of life. The food, a spiritual experience. The vibe unlike anywhere else in the world. Napoli does not try to impress you, it just is. And that's exactly why it's unforgettable. After a much-needed refresh at the hotel, we were excited to try the famous Trattoria da Nanella. This place is a local gem, known for its vibrant, almost chaotic atmosphere. It's the kind of spot where you might witness waitress jokingly tossing plates. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. And you could even catch them dancing between tables and dance with them, bringing a little slice of Napoli's energy right to your table. However, when we got there, we were met with a line. It's not actually a line, it's like hundreds of people. It felt like we were waiting for a concert. We did not want to risk starving while waiting, so we decided to head across the street to Ristorante Matose, and we were so glad we did. The cozy, welcoming vibe here made us feel right at home. We indulged in some delicious Margherita pizza with a perfectly crisp crust and rich mozzarella that melted in our mouths. The pasta bolognese was so flavorful, the tender pasta, and a hearty, well-seasoned meat sauce that made every bite better than the last. And we could not resist the frittura di verdura miste, crispy fried veggies that were a light, satisfying treat to balance out the richness of the pizza and pasta. Everything was simple, authentic, and downright delicious, a perfect representation of Napoli's food scene. With our bellies full, we decided to take a night stroll through the Spanish Quarter. As we walked through the narrow, cobbled streets, it felt like time slowed down. The area was beautifully lit, with lights twinkling from the balconies above and the warm sounds of fluffering music echoing from the local bars and restaurants. The Spanish Quarter is known for its vibrant street life, and as we wandered through, we felt like we were experiencing the true heartbeat of the city. The hustle and bustle of the day were replaced by a peaceful calm film, allowing us to take in the sights, sounds, and magic of Napoli one last time before heading back to our hotel. If you enjoyed this vlog and want to see more of our adventures around the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue sharing the magic of our travels with you. Arrivederci, Napoli! Ci vediamo la prossima!